Hey, good afternoon or good night. What we doing? It's nighttime. It's 10 o'clock. I am doing our show. My camera has been whacked at some point in time and got lower than it was before. But we're back. How you doing? Um, okay. I don't know if you guys know this or not, but I'm one of the cellar dwellers, and normally we do this improv in a theater. But because of the pandemic, we're doing stuff from home. So, and by the way, we do it every Friday. And usually about that time we get it called back. They repeat back every Friday to us. But if you don't want to do that, that's fine. I'm not going to make you. So what's everyone, I guess I got to ask, what's everyone drinking tonight? Um, because I had to ask that so I could pull out my own glass. I have myself a martini I made about 15 minutes ago, I guess. So, I still got plenty to drink. Oh, how has your week been going? Um, yeah, I've I like this chair. I do. Oh, and have you noticed all the trash behind me? Yeah, there's a lot of trash behind me. It's not really trash. It's actually stuff that goes into a dresser. That's one of the newest things around the house for me is we had a I want to say probably the second year that I was living in this house. I found a dresser. Not that I needed one. Just be clear, I didn't need a dresser. But I saw it and I said, you know what? That's a real fancy looking dresser. I like that. I'm gonna load it up. So I'm coming up from work. I had my truck at the time. I can matter of fact I could probably tell you the exact house it came from in Beaver. But I stopped, picked up, loaded up in the back of the truck by myself. Um, got home and like it sat in the shed for probably 8-10 years maybe. I honestly and I'm surprised nothing went bad with it. Like there didn't seem to be any mouse droppings in it or nests or anything like that. So that was really cool noticing. Um, yeah, and so I know I'm saying we. The wife went ahead and cleaned it up, oil soaped it or something, so it was cleaned, and then did it's I guess it's called a chalk paint or something, not chalkboard. That's a whole different subject. Um, but yeah, like a chalky type paint to cover it. And yeah, it looks pretty good. It's done. We can finally start loading it up with some fabrics and stuff. The bucket, the stuff behind me here. Um, yeah, and get this spare room cleaned up. Maybe I'll actually even get into the point of actually bringing in a backdrop here, so you guys don't need to see the back of this anymore. I did the first night, and people were questioning, like, "What the hell's up with the maps behind your head?" I say, "Hey, you know what? I like them, so that's why they're there." So anyway, so I don't see anything on the message board yet. I'm not getting an answer, so I'm just curious how your week has been. Um, we had a Mother's Day Sunday. Um, here's a funny story about that. It's not funny at all. I don't know. I say funny story, but it's not funny at all. It's really sad. So the week prior to Mother's Day, actually even 2 weeks prior to Mother's Day, um, my mother-in-law was sending out messages to my wife saying, "Hey, I really want to do a bonfire." Matter of fact, she said the word bonfire. I don't know how many times. Well, actually, I don't know how many times because my wife was the one on the phone. But she definitely said that she wanted a bonfire. She wanted to either come to our place or go to my sister-in-law's, which I I kind of really wasn't into, just because the fact it's chilly out. So whether I had it at my house or had someone else's house, um, it was cold. I don't want to be there. I need to wear a mask. Um, not only that, but like you know, it, having people at your own place, like you got to make sure you go in and you clean up after they're gone, or even while they're there, to prevent spreading. Because I mean, I don't know if you guys know this or not about this COVID-19 crap, but it's a very, very good possibility that you're actually walking around with it, um, and you don't know it. You're just a spreader, like Typhoid Mary. Um, so the people that are wearing masks, thank you for doing so. I know you feel stupid. I feel stupid out there sometimes, but you know, there's a good chance um, that you're not going to feel any major illness, um, but you could definitely be a spreader and just be spreading this stuff everywhere. Speaking of COVID-19, let's not speak about them. Let's do something funny. But yeah. So what was I talking about? Oh, I was talking about um, what I did this weekend. So anyway, the mother-in-law said, "Hey, I want to do a bonfire. I want to do a bonfire." Da da da. And we kept saying, "No, we're gonna have to put on masks. We're gonna have to do this. We're gonna have to clean up. Like, we're not supposed to be seeing anyone. That's that was the rules that were put out. Uh, needless to say, um, we get a Facebook Messenger message from someone we've never heard before, and it was something like the basic message was, "Hey, your mother's house is on fire. Call me back." Our and the sad part is our first instinct was like, is this some sort of a scam? Like, I don't know. That's the weirdest scam. Saying your house is on fire. Okay, I've never heard of that scam. I don't know how that works, but so I even said, hey, why don't you call the fire department first to see if they know what's going on before you call the number, But besides, just go ahead and call the number, and yeah, it was right. Our mother-in-law's house was burning. I know everybody keeps saying it burned down and burned down. It didn't burn down. Okay, it didn't burn down. I guess the good news is the porch, which was, I'm not going to answer that in case this is ever used as evidence. The porch was nice. Actually, I was going to say bad things about it because, quite honestly, it was in great shape. Um, yeah, matter of fact, there was a few things that were wrong with it, but I'm pretty sure they were repaired or in good working order before. Yeah, uh, but and I'm not sure what it was, but something in the fan, I think, or in the wiring outside, it caught fire. I guess luckily my mother-in-law was in the front of the house having a cigarette, which she should be quitting. Um, and I guess because of that, they were out front. They smelled smoke. They went to the back, and that's when they noticed that there's just flames going up. Um, and that's the scary part. Is I'm actually glad she was in the front of the house because had she been in the back and like ran in to grab something, it only took seconds for those flames to just get huge. Um, she would have been trapped in there. There's only one way. Well, no, yeah, the basement, but you can't really get out the basement, so scratch that idea. Um, I think there would have been a way of getting through the, we call it the bedroom window, or like there's like a door in there that leads to the other apartment because it was a duplex. Or even she could have gone through a window or something. But still, like she could easily have been trapped inside the building if she would have ran inside. So that's yeah, that's a little scary. And oh, if you are on the board and you're not someone that I know has already been there, um, there is a GoFundMe page. I can't wait. I can't highlight this page on for you. I don't think I can. But it's in the chat. It's a GoFundMe page. Um, I'm guessing it was set up by one of her neighbors. I did set one up the very next morning. So Mother's Day, there was a GoFundMe page that I set up. Um, I sent it to a couple people to let them know, hey, this is set up, and I guess maybe she didn't. I don't know what she has like myself. But she has like at least 3 emails. Um, Honestly, I don't know which one she even uses for correspondence. Um, Either that, or I'm just not important, which it's a good possibility. I'm just not important. So, but yeah, they didn't get back to me. So when I saw there was another one, I was like, all right, I just deleted mine. I was like, it's great. We don't need to have 2 competing. That's just weird. Um, so since well, I only got 1 viewer, and I know who that viewer most likely is. So I was gonna play the video of the newscast, but I'm not gonna do that because I believe that person has already seen it. So I will wait until I get some more viewers, and then maybe I'll because it's all like sitting there ready on like I can just hit half a play pretty much. It's ready to go. Drink up. But yeah, luckily, the other thing that's really damaged, um, that I noticed from my end, because I always said I didn't go into the place because it was burned and had smoke everywhere. But the porch is completely gone. I mean, they were walking on like a few studs here and there to like even get on the porch. So it was porch is trashed. I guess there was a little bit of artwork out there, which is kind of sad. Um, Miraculously, there is a cell phone left in the living room. Apparently, cell phone was fine. It was inside of an otter case. All we did was wipe off the soot, and it worked great. Yeah, because it didn't seem like any water actually got into the living room. It seemed like everything was like concentrated in the kitchen. Which, by the way, the kitchen is gone. Maybe you can save the stove, but that's about it. I No, the refrigerator was definitely on that wall, so the refrigerator has to be gone. Um, Maybe if there was like a washer and dryer, or maybe those two are nice, are okay shape. I don't know. They were on the opposite side of the wall. It's hard to say. The heat from the fire could have melted the innards. Apparently, allegedly, it melted the heat from the fire. It melted the keys. Yeah, I'll say that again. It melted the keys. So, um, so yeah, if you have a vehicle for your house, I would suggest, and I'm probably gonna do this myself. Um, Save a spare set of vehicle keys outside the building, so that if you ever do have a fire, like knock on wood that you never do. Um, that yeah, you won't have to go out and get new keys made. Um, shouldn't be too hard. I guess it's like $10. Well, when I got new keys for the van, um, oh, you a knight, yeah. I don't know what that means, but yeah, yeah. They what did they do? They got me all. What the hell is you a knight? I don't know what that means. I'm not a. I mean, I'm chivalrous, sure, but I wouldn't call myself a knight. I've never been knighted by the Queen of England. She's never come to me and said, it's like, Conrad, I grant you the power of knighthood. No, she's never done it to me. So I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm not a knight. Yeah, but so hello, Tuzumi. I like that. I like that. Tuzumi. Like, I don't know. You probably pronounce it differently, but that's all right. Hey, I got a second viewer, and I said I'd do this when I got a second viewer. So, how do I do this? Let me switch over, and yeah, okay. Here's yeah, play this. Here we go. Where's the button? The sound.
Spread through a neighborhood.
Yeah, I got sound even.
KDKA's Shelby Cassesi joins us live from the scene. She's got the latest, Shelby.
Yeah,
We
this
are told
greenhouse,
that
that's the
fortunately
house.
those 4 firefighters are expected to
Saying
be
just,
okay. Taking a look
I don't
behind me
know
here,
how
we are
good of
told
a
that the
film
fire
shot they
started in
did
this
on
green
this.
home and then quickly spread to the one right next door. And just to show you how far these flames shot from the green home, take a look at the home on the other side. The siding burned off the
The
side
flames
of
didn't
that
shoot
one
that far.
building. Now,
That's just
we
the
actually
heat,
talked
okay?
with a
Just the
next door
heat.
neighbor, and we got some video from him. This
See?
viewer told us he saw the
Not the
flames
flame.
shoot from this
Just
green
the
home
heat.
from his nearby home, and he actually came over and
Oh,
tried to put it out with an extinguisher before firefighters arrived, but he said the
that's
flames
the
were just too
upstairs
hot and
neighbor.
it
You
spread too
just walk
quickly.
past the
We are told by the
screen.
fire chief the 4 firefighters who got hurt, one was cut by glass, one suffered a medical emergency, and 2 were looked at for heat-related exposure. Again, all are expected to be okay, and everyone got out safely from the homes, including 2 cats. Now, in this neighborhood, the homes are so close together, the chief said the fire spread
Yeah,
very
that's how
quickly.
all the homes are in Pittsburgh.
The space between this house and the house to its left was less than 2 feet.
Okay, it's wrong.
Once that fire
He does not know
starts,
how to
it
measure,
spreads out of that
obviously,
house very
because it's
quickly.
more than 2 feet.
Small, old towns.
Just
fire
saying.
travels very fast.
I've
The
been
porch was
there.
up in flames within 60
Oh, and I lost
seconds.
it. I lost
Fire
to Sumi.
extinguisher was, there was no point using it. It was too hot.
Now, the fire chief says that the cause of the fire is under investigation. They're not sure also where exactly the fire started, if it was inside or outside, but fortunately, we are told that the fire chief believes he does not think that this home behind me is a total loss. He thinks it can be rebuilt thanks to the quick response from the 12 fire departments who were on the scene here tonight. Reporting live from Etna, Shelby Cassasi, KDK News.
And we're going to switch over back to downtown. All right, cool. So that was the video that yeah. Oh, hello. Okay. So yeah, that's scary, isn't it? So that was my weekend. My the little joke I told my mother-in-law, because you know, we joke every so often. I told her that so you just had to get us the family all together, didn't you? And that was kind of funny. Yeah. So yeah, I'm not sure how that's going, but that's how that went. So okay. We doing anything for fun? I don't know. Oh, it's posted the GoFundMe page. We got that. Have you seen the work I've been doing on my porch or fence? Yeah. Go to my page, my Facebook page. You'll see it. If not, maybe I'll post it again. I don't know. I guess I didn't take a picture of the newer part of it now, did I? Okay, so here's some things I've been doing. I put this gate in the other day. It's hung in by these 2 brackets. They're hanging the gate, and it swings. I'm gonna make it swing outwards. What's not pictured is I put a board on this little slim gap here so that you can't see through that point. And then this section back here is actually like recessed behind the shed a little bit, the garage a little bit. And then I built a, there's like a, a lean-to that goes over top of this. So I make a little shelter in there pretty much. It's pretty nice. I need to take pictures of that tomorrow. And at some point in time, maybe if it's not raining tomorrow, I need to close in this gap here at the bottom so that I don't have the neighborhood cat coming through. I think if I just hang some boards underneath this or even like set something in the area, I don't care. Because I basically just want to keep not only other cats from coming in, but my own cat from getting out. Yeah, so yeah, it's been a fun week doing some porch stuff, and I'm waiting for my mother-in-law to contact us. I mean I don't mind driving there and doing like helping out or anything, but consider I guess the place is still toxic as far as I know. Like you need a real respirator to go in there so that you don't breathe in the smoke, shit that's all over the place, of soot. Um, so I guess it's going to be cleaned out. Um, I don't know if they're tearing down walls or what they're doing in there. But yeah, I guess they're going to be doing stuff, cleaning stuff. Um, the Red Cross gave I guess a money card or something to say, hey, get some clothes, get some food, a hotel room, whatever you need. So that was like instantly they didn't wait for nothing. It was awesome. Um, yeah, and I guess there's some sort of laundry stuff that would take the smell of smoke out of clothes. So I'm really hoping that my mother-in-law's clothes aren't destroyed and like she can get some of them back. Oh, speaking of which, she a friend of hers let her hold on to some paintings that she did. Um, I don't know if they got burned, but I do know that they were in the living room, and that's the same room that had the what do you call the thing? The phone was in. Um, so guess I'm kind of hoping that if the phone wasn't destroyed in the living room, that the paintings are also okay. I hope. I think they were like around the corner, so even if they were sprayed, I don't think the water would hit like directly onto them. So I hope they're okay. Obviously, they're not my artwork, so I don't care that much about them. But I'm sure some artist out there is probably like, oh, I feel bad about those being gone. Yeah. So let's do something for fun. Uh, wait, I just got the same two pictures. Oh, there you go. I do the same two pictures. Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm scrolling with my Facebook. Come there. Sorry. All right. I'll put that away so I can pay attention to you guys and we'll do some kind of fun. So let's explore this. Unite. Let's explore this a little bit because I don't know. I'm not sure what. Okay, there's nothing on my shirt that says night on it, or I'm not wearing a mask that looks like a knight. Whew. And they differ wrote down KNIGHT. They differ wrote knight as in knight in shining armor. Um, there's nothing behind me. Like there's no cosplay knight looking things behind me. So I really wish you wouldn't have left and you would explain yourself before you left there. But you didn't. So yeah, that's all I can do is wonder what the heck you and I. So I don't know if you saw last week I did my my hair cutting video. Um, yeah, you can it's on my YouTube page now, the entire thing. So yeah, I didn't do the scissor part here because I couldn't find a pair of or not a pair, but I couldn't find a comb, and I was a little scared like putting my hand through and I was like, oh, I don't worry about doing that. So I have the obligatory you know COVID cut, if you will, or do they have names yet? I don't know. Maybe they should. Uh, so um, yeah. It's yeah, that's how things go around here. Uh, uh so this Wednesday, um, past Wednesday, I should say. Let's start with past Wednesday. Past Wednesday and the Wednesdays before that, we've been going to not going to like we're actually driving somewhere. Um, I say going to. I get online and we go to Twitch's Shoe Brew account. It's SHUBREW. So Shoe Brew. Um, they've been doing a trivia night every week for the past I don't know 5 weeks maybe now, maybe 6 weeks. I'm not sure how many weeks they did in a row, but yeah. So I got some screw on this chair, man. I'm just having too much fun. Um, yeah, so they do a trivia night, and first 3 weeks, our group, the cool kids table, came in number one. I do know the third week, people were starting to accuse us of cheating. He's like, "Oh yeah, well I was cheating too, you know. Well, if I had 20 some people on my team, like, it's only 8 people, and quite honestly, only 6 of them really do any. Nope, I take it back. Only 5 of them do any real work. Um, yeah. So, but we have won gift certificates for Shoe Brew. Um, we're waiting for the day we can go back because yeah, we're gonna go in there and we're gonna order our food for free, and then I guess we'll be spending our money on mules. Um, they are a shoe brew. I guess they do their own brewery. They brew their own beer. But not only that is they do cook delicious food. Um, so free advertisement for you guys for shoe brew. Um, the food is amazing. I will say I am upset that they changed their menu. Um, they used to have the I think it was called the MLT. Anyway, um, oh yeah, MLT because it was a mushroom. Um, I liked it. It was really good. It was a mushroom-less tomato. Um, I, I I tend to get the more vegetarian or vegan meals when I go out. Um, obviously, I guess the red meat does not agree with me very often anymore. Uh, it's either that chicken or turkey. So it's either going to be a fish, a bird, or I guess a mushroom. So those that's what I eat when I go out anymore. But yeah, they have delicious food. It's amazing. And so not only they have like good regular food, like they have burgers. They do, but it's not just like burgers and fries. You cannot get fries down there because they have some way better. They have grilled Brussels sprouts, fried Brussels sprouts, some kind of Brussels sprout, but they do it in such a way that it is amazing. Um, growing up, like until I want to say until I was like 27, maybe, or maybe older than that. Um, I would not eat a Brussels. If someone said, "Oh, here's a Brussels sprout," I'm like, "Fuck you! You're insane! I'm not eating a fucking Brussels sprout. You're insane. You're stupid, right?" Turns out this whole time for 27 years, and you know, bless you, Mom. I forgive you. You probably didn't know better. Um, but apparently, my mother had no idea how to cook Brussels sprouts because what she would do with them, um, put them in a pot. It's probably what she learned from before. You put them in a pot, you boil the shit out of them, get rid of all the flavor, you dump them on a bowl, and you go, "Oh, eat this shit now." And I was like, "These are disgusting. They're just boiled, just." I didn't like them. So then, uh, before we got married, my girlfriend, she goes like, "Oh, we're gonna have Brussels sprouts for Thanksgiving." I'm like, "Are you fucking crazy? We're not gonna have no break Brussels sprouts. They're disgusting." So she goes, "Oh no, they're actually pretty good." I'm like, look, I know we've only been dating for like a year, almost a year, but you're wrong. Brussels sprouts are gross, But instead, um, they put them in the roaster. Like I think they roast them. Yeah, the roasted Brussels sprouts. So I don't know exactly. I guess you put a little bit of oil on them, some seasoning. You put them in a roaster, and then boom. Um, the difference between a roasted Brussels sprout and a boiled Brussels sprout is like night and day. I was like, so here I am, here I am at the Thanksgiving, and like all mine were always like all balled up because they're not coming apart. These ones, were roasted, and like a little bit of air escapes, and like, so like you take a little bite, and like, okay, it's like this Brussels sprout is like opening up, and like it wants me to eat it. They're amazing. So, if you don't know how to cook Brussels sprouts, do yourself a favor, find out how to do it. I recommend. I would assume that Martha Stewart knows how to cook them. I would also assume that Alton Brown knows how to cook them. Um, any other TV cook, except for Babish, I would say don't worry about them. I don't care. Uh, so there's like three TV cooks out there that I'm like, okay, okay, all right, four TV cooks. I know I'm saying TV where two of them are actually on YouTube, but I cast them onto my television, so that makes them on TV. Uh, the You Suck at Cooking guy. I don't know if you've ever seen his stuff. I think it's amazing, and a lot of it is simple enough that I see it and I go, oh, okay, yeah, I guess that kind of makes sense. I mean, I don't remember all of it, but seeing some of the stuff like he'll talk about and like, okay, yeah, I guess that kind of makes sense. You just need to add a little bit of salt, like okay, or yeah, okay, basically you just need to chop it up. Okay, I get that, I understand that, whatever. So yeah, those are my cooking celebrities that I would admire watching, and they would give you the best rundown on how to do Brussels sprouts properly. Thank you very much. Speaking of celebrity chefs, my very very first turkey for Thanksgiving. Um, I didn't know what I didn't know what to do. I think my mother had already passed away, so I couldn't call her and ask her how to do it because obviously, if she wouldn't have passed away, I'd be going to her place for Thanksgiving. What? But as it was, I was like, okay, I'm gonna cook my own. I followed the recipe that Alton Brown did. Um, came out perfectly. When I say perfect, I mean it was perfect. Um, I want to say like 2 years, or 2 or 3 years later after that, I did another one. Came out perfect. And there are a couple more years after that, still came out perfect. So, um, if you need to do turkey ever, Alton Brown, um, what's the name of the episode? Something with the bird. Um, yeah, you'll learn how to do it properly and follow his recipe to the T. Don't go making up your own stuff. If you think you're going to just butter and baste the bird, um, get out of the kitchen because you obviously don't know what you're doing. Um, I know I do say that a lot. I say, oh, yeah, I get into fights with people on Facebook every year because I tell them not to baste butter and baste their birds, but they do it anyway. They even take food that they're going to ingest. They shove it up the ass of the bird with all the blood and guts that come with the bird. Um, Cook it in there, and all the stuff like kind of like dries the bird out. It actually does. Um, I know they say it doesn't dry it out. They'll go, oh no, it doesn't dry out the bird. My birds always come out perfect. I don't know if I want to believe them or not. I really don't. Um, I overcooked my bird, and it was still juicy as hell. So I don't care what you say. Um, no, I didn't overcook it. I cooked it to the proper time. Then I covered it and left it in the kitchen for a half hour. It sat longer than it was supposed to. I think it sat for like an hour last, and it still tasted good. So I don't care. Whatever you want to say. Whatever you want to say about it, I don't care. Um, Yeah. So. So yeah. Um. Yeah, I remember. I don't know what to talk. Let's do something funny. Oh, we still have anything except for that. Oh, you and Night on there. So that doesn't. I can't make anything funny out of that. What do you want me to do? You want me to be a Night? I don't. That's not an improv thing. Whatever. Oh boy. Yeah. So that's what I've been doing. Pretty much this whole time I've been laid off. Oh, and in case you didn't know, I also got laid off. This will be my third, yeah, third Friday off. Laid off. I was laid off on a Thursday. Um, the end of April, I think, April 25th. Um, yeah, and even though I would have liked to have stayed working, um, secretly, quite honestly, I'm kind of glad I was laid off. I wasn't gonna go anywhere else in that company. Um, oh well, it's all right. You still have a chance. It's not over yet. You still have a chance to get something done. Um, yeah, but my oh, what was I saying? The damn, I'm freaking brain. Um, hmm Last week I was feeling super sick though for some reason. Oh, I don't know if it was the martini, like if it was too full, too fast or what. But I'm like sitting there doing the show. I'm like I was seriously like I even put on a video for about 15 minutes because I was seriously thinking about just getting up and I was like I might get sick. I might be sick. So I'm just gonna put this video on and I left. Um, I am feeling a lot better now, so that's good. Yeah, because like I said, last week I was feeling pretty shaky. Um, but yeah, as I was saying, I'm kind of glad I was laid off, to be honest. Um, I really didn't see myself going anywhere new in that company. Um, it seemed like the CEO of it has a plan for how he wants to run the business, um, and it doesn't matter what you have experience in. Um, he believes he's smarter than you, hands down. Um, I I know that the old man, that's what they will notify him as, was an asshole. That's just you know right now. People were afraid of asking for a raise or asking him other stuff because there were a few people that he fired on the spot. Um, like to me, here's my opinion. If you ask somebody, or not ask, if you tell someone work in your warehouse, you have to cut the tops off of the boxes, then you need to supply the knife for them. Okay? You can't just assume, oh, I need you to cut these box tops off. Oh, would you like me to rip? No, no, you gotta cut them. What would you like me to cut them with? Okay? You want me to do this job for you? All right? I You're making millions. Why should I be paying for my own tools? Um, and that's what the that's how that place is run. There is someone came up with the great, like they're in the middle of building this place. Okay, um, now at some point in time they decided they needed a bigger office. They built an office in. All right, now between the office, okay, between the where the office would sit and where the rows of yeah, let's call them the rows of materials sits. In between that, in between them, was 9 foot. Um, I want to say 9 foot 9 inches. Um, Now, if you've ever bought conduit before, they come in 10-foot sticks. Let's go back to the space in between. This was 9 foot 9. Okay, so what that means is instead of going, hey, there's a mistake, we need to fix this now. Okay, they decided, you know what? We'll still build our racks off in this corner where we wanted them, even though we only have 9 foot 9 space. All right. So now what was happening was they're stacking the conduit up. They bring it down for an order, but instead of just driving a forklift right out to where they need to be, they now have to drive the forklift part of the way, turn and twist these things to kind of make them like thinner, drive them. Hopefully they don't tip off. Drive them through, then turn them back again. So it was just. And I'm sitting there while they're building this place, and I'm like, you have these bays right here that you could put the conduit racks because they just need an outside wall. It doesn't matter where they were stacked. Matter of fact, they don't even need an outside wall. They could be stacked in the middle, back to back. So instead of doing that, they left them where they were. This slowed down work quite a bit. Um, it's one of these things that and here's the other thing. If you are if you're building something, if you're trying to make something work well, all right, and let's just matter of fact, let's say you own a kitchen, all right, and I have another friend who owned a kitchen or thought he could own a kitchen. I'm sorry if you ever watch this, dude, but uh, yeah, I don't think he the food was amazing. Let me make sure I emphasize that the food was amazing. Um, but obviously he never had any experience running a kitchen. Um, Maybe he did, but I don't think he ever had experience running a kitchen. Um, so and so things that he should have known or asked like, hey, let me ask my cook. Sorry, how should we make this work? Um, they would just say, oh, you know what? I know how I want to do it, and you guys have to do it my way. So here's these guys that have been packing and shipping things for years. They have a system. They know what they need to do. Um, Here's these guys come in and they basically just say, oh, this is how it's going to be done. They didn't bother even asking, hey, what's the best way of get these things in and out efficiently? They didn't bother doing that. Hey, a lot of the problems what they're doing was here was my main problem they had is we had a bunch of satellite stores that here's the main hub, um, but all the satellite places got materials from them. See, my biggest pet peeve is when, let's say I was out of I'm just gonna call them, let's just call them screws. If I was out of screws, all right. Let's say I was low by 5 screws, okay. I would write up an order and say, hey, I'm short 5 screws. Well, actually, I'd probably say I'm short 50 screws. I need 50 screws for so I can stay running for the next month. Um, Instead of just going, okay, well, you know what? How long does it take me to go to a box, open it up, take 50 of them out, set them onto the thing, rewrap them, send this out to this satellite place, and like the package is 50. Like let's say the package is 100 out of 50. Well, instead of spending the time of cutting that box open, and then once you cut it open, you got to cut all the tops of it off so that box can never be used again. Again, another one of my pet peeves. of that place because, like I said, they don't know what the fuck they're doing. You don't just cut tops off and throw them away. You do the sensible thing. You go scratch, scratch, scratch. I don't have 100. I now have 50. You write it in like an intelligent person would do. No, their solution was, oh, just cut the tops off so we know that it's empty. That takes time. Okay, then you got to deal with the trash that you created. Then, of course, you got to deal with the fact that that box cannot be used to ship anymore because now it doesn't have a lid on it anymore. So, you know, they basically just cause extra work because they don't know what the fuck they're doing. So I have a bad feeling that they're going to contact me at some point in time and ask me if I want to come back in, and I'm going to say no. You guys don't know what the heck you're doing down there. I don't believe the company's going to be running for another 10 years. Um, maybe they will. I don't know. See, I guess my other pet peeve was the fact that you have all these people that are doing physical work. Like they're picking orders, packing orders, shipping orders, um, receiving orders, like doing all this work, okay? Um, those were the first persons that were laid off. All right, they didn't go out and say, "Hey, uh, you've been sitting at home since this pandemic started. Um, let me lay you off." Okay, no, they laid off the guys who are physically doing work. So the guys that are at home and apparently making video calls to Joe Schmo at the whatever called I don't know the dumpster fire network, who mind you does not want to take a video call because he doesn't want to have deal with that. Like when they go to the companies and they want to sell to them, they just want to get the freaking work done. They don't want to stop and talk to these salesmen who, quite honestly, aren't selling them anything. Like all they're doing is saying, "Hey, here's some free donuts. Here's a free lunch. Buy from us." Okay, we'll send our expert down there to help you guys out and figure out what you need. Okay, because they're not actually selling anything. Like we would get videos and stuff in monthly. I'm like, here's some new stuff. This is the newest and greatest stuff. They didn't bother. They didn't bother going out and telling anybody, hey, there's this new stuff out there. Um, and that's what really got me is the fact that the outside salesmen just didn't seem to do their freaking job. Okay, um, we had one guy who's my wife says he's part of the good old boys club, and yeah, I suppose he is because when you see him, he basically when he walked into the office, if I was in the very back of the warehouse, I could almost tell when he got there because the guy he was like in his 90s. No, I'm kidding. He was in his 60s. Okay, so he really shouldn't be that bad, but I honestly think he took his cologne bottle and just like, "Ah, I love cologne," because like he would walk into the office and it's just like, and I really felt bad for the guys that took him to other shops and they had to ride with him in his car because that car had to stink to all high heaven. It was like every one of the, I don't know. It's not my thing. I've never been the kind of guy that says, "Oh, I'm gonna smell like a wild horse, and I'm gonna come in and try selling you something." Because when they're trying to sell something, they're basically lying to the person. I guess that's why I can never be a good salesman because I don't want to lie to someone. Um, they did have me for a while. I was actually a champ salesman, so I was selling repairs. But it was so hard to do because like I would talk to these guys and well, speaking of talking to these guys, no one really like said, "Hey, this is how you're gonna do your job." They just said, "Okay, you're a champ now." Like, okay, cool. Like, what do I do? Oh, you're a champ now. Right, but what do I do? Like, do I? So I would make my deliveries as I normally would, and then I would try to do this extra stuff that I had no idea what I was supposed to be doing. Um, so yeah, that's why I don't want to go back to that place because I don't think they knew what the heck they were doing. You know, yeah, it bothered me that yeah, that's how it goes. So anyway, what was I? So I see Smurf Tube came up. Um, is this what you're talking about? Smurf Tube? I don't know. I don't know. That is the Magic Bean sit up CD thingy. I don't know. You do push ups, sit ups. I don't know. Do all kind of fun things on it. Um, yeah, it's exercise equipment. That's what it is. Um, Maybe someday I'll fold it so it's nice and neat, or maybe I'll unfold it and blow it up and lay on it. I don't know. Yeah, it's probably never going to be inflated again. But I could if I wanted to. Delicious. Oh, 10:52. Eh? So I do have a bell if we wanted to play some improv games. Just saying. It would be kind of fun. But yeah. So I have what do I have? Oh, I have 86 lined up. I'm going to end tonight by playing some 86 on the YouTube here. Um, I want you all to have a great night. Make sure you wash your hands regularly. Please wear your mask if you're going outside into the public. Um, sanitize your phone often. Um, if you if you do eat out, which obviously you're going to be eating out unless you in Ohio and can actually go to a restaurant. I wouldn't recommend that if you're in Western Pennsylvania, just for the time being. Let other people test the waters out and see if it's still safe. Maybe it is. It's a good possibility that there's no COVID-19 in the area, and that's great. That's super. I'm excited about that. But the thing is I don't do a lot of gambling, but if I did, and they said, hey, roll this die, if you get a what is it, 80. Wearing a mask was like an 89% or something. So it's like, hey, roll this percentile. If you roll an 11, you're dead. Okay, now go without a mask. Okay, so now your chances are 50. Now roll a percentile. If you roll it, you're dead. And it's not only you're dead. You could be bringing that death to somebody else, and that's the main reason for keeping a mask on, because you don't know. You could be carrying it and just giving it to other people. Maybe you're not. Maybe you are. We don't know. That's the thing. That's the thing about this whole COVID-19 is that people don't know exactly what it does, how it works. Um, there's things they do know, which is a mask prevents spittle and stuff from getting out. Not only does it do that, but when you're wearing the mask, like especially when you're outside, you touch a doorknob or whatever, it prevents you from touching your face again, like you're touching your mouth and nose again. And if you do, hey, you touch your mask. I'm like, oh, okay, no problem. Yeah, I know. um, yeah. Uh, uh, yeah, I want to sign off. Here's 86. Be well out there. Oh, there's my screen. So anyway, yeah, wash your phones, wash your hands, be safe out there. We'll be getting through this. We just have to keep our wits about us. If you want, if you before I go, if you want to donate to my mother's GoFundMe page for her house, it's right up here at the GoFundMe page. And if you don't, that's fine. I'm not enforcing anyone. If you can't send any money, please share. Send it out to someone else. Maybe your rich uncle has money. I'm not saying you even have an uncle, but if you did and he was rich, maybe he can donate. Maybe it's your aunt. I don't know, but yeah, please share it. $5 from you, $2 from your friend. You know, it'll eventually get there. And I know she does have insurance, which is great and awesome, but obviously insurance doesn't cover everything. There's always loopholes that they try not to pay. Yeah. So anyway, have a great night. Here is some. Let me make sure I got the right thing on. Here is some 86. And have a. It is playing. Great. Have a great night. I will see you soon.
Order 86 beer, and the bartender says, "No, you can't jump inside of these. They're for drinking." 86
They're not all
cats walk
gems.
into a bar and order 86 beers. Bartender says, "I'm sorry, we don't serve cats here." And the cats say, "Oh, but you can just put it all on our tabby."
86 cats walk into a bar, order 86 beers. When the bartender gets beer to each one, he gets licked.
86 cats walk into a bar and order 86
Cheers. Yeah, don't let no cases over.
9 a.m. and the bartender says, "Hair of the dog," and the cats say, "Where?"
Something else. Batman.
86 Batman walk into a bar and the bartender says, "I'm sorry, the convention you need to get to the Dutch." 86 Batman walk into a bar and order 86 Stark Pints. 86 Batman walk into a bar and the bouncer says that'll be $5 each for cover. And the Batman say, "Why?" And he says, "It's Bat Ladies Night."
Something else.
Billy Mays. 86 Billy Mays walk into a bar and they sell the bartender the drinks that he has behind the shelf. 86 Billy Mays is walking into a bar and ordering 86 beers. The bartender says, "But if you act now, you can have another pint for only $19.95.
86 Billy Mays walking to a bar, order 86 beers, and show the bartender beer wow, where it cleans up its own broth.
One more thing.
Cartwheel.
Cartwheels. 86 cartwheels roll into a bar and the bar says, "All right, just roll on out of here again." 86 cartwheels walk into a bar and order 86 beers. The bartender says, "Oh, I didn't think you spoke." 86 cartwheelers roll into a bar and the bartender says, "Don't think you're getting past me. Just because you're on the Olympic team doesn't mean I don't know you're all 16. It's true.
One more thing. Stingrays.
Oh, crikey, check it out, stingray, eh?